Okay, we're gonna talk to him again. Unless it's Violet who answers this time. Fingers crossed. Sir! Put some clothes on! If we don't lay next to bees, I need to hold on here. Okay. I hear no bees. I see no bees. I speak no bees. Wait, I hear bees! I hear bees! I hear bees! What? A very amusing game is played with mashed potatoes. I'm sorry, what? How will the mashed potatoes tell us who we marry? Are we we really are going to be talking about with marry? Wow, okay. Into the midst of the mashed potatoes, a dime, a ring, and a thimble should be placed. Mashed potatoes are kind of fire. They are. I just don't know if I would trust the mashed potatoes to tell me who I'm marrying, you know? I feel like that decision should not be left. Don't let mashed potatoes choose your future partner. That's just my opinion, personally. What am I saying? Beep beep. Hi, I'm here to work. To be rat shaming the rats. Definitely not rat shaming the rats. You should never rat shame anyone. It's very bad. It's very bad. Especially because rats are popular, so good luck with that. Chocolate covered nuts! 60 cents per pound. Smalls. Okay, anyway. They really need it. This is where the D's nuts joke goes, right here. Right here. Okay, these people were married. That's nice. What do you mean you need water still? They're right here. Do your job. Do your job. What's wrong with you? You're over there dying of thirst. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. You're the one who's in charge of the well's right here. Look at that. You can just drink. You can just drink. Slurp it up like that. You're in charge of the water. God. This is your skill. This is what you're good at. She sneezed on me. Oh my God. You're watching that soap too, huh? Oh my gosh, you won't believe what Francesco did. I can't wait until you find out. I can't wait. You should talk to that one lady too. I think Malcolm should have told his wife, you know, that he wasn't actually dead. So she wouldn't marry Francesco, because what are they going to do now? I think I read some theories on Reddit that Malcolm and Francesco are going to have a duel. And I don't know, who do you think's going to survive? Because like Malcolm is like a hunter, right? But Francesco is a trained soldier. And like, I mean, who's the better shot? No one knows. No one knows. Jesus doesn't know. Mary doesn't know. No one knows, actually. Doggy. Look, at least he died in front of Jesus, right? And he died doing what he loved, smoking a cigarette and watching his soaps. But now he'll never know how the duel turns out between Malcolm and Francesco. It's really sad. Give the embers to me. There is one last thing I need from you. Come closer. Never like it when a witch says come closer. Especially when she says there's one last thing she needs from you. There. Don't look like that. It was only a small prick. Just a drop of blood. You won't miss it. And like there was one time where I had to do a quest by the end of the season, and it was like, you know, day 2, and I'm like, oh okay, oops, I didn't really need that. I'm like, I can go back. Where did it go? Was there just one? Oh, there it goes. No, come back, come back. It's rolling away from me. Okay. It was day 2 of the season. Oh, you. Come back. Come back.
Hail, friend.
Hail, friend. Okay. How are you doing? Oh, I think she likes this one. Not to be understood, but to be felt. -5. Ooh, she doesn't like what makes you the expert. Ooh, she clocked me. Yeah, I'm single, Huberta. I know. And you're living with that other dude. I get it. Let's see. Where should I put that?
I don't want to be lonely anymore.
Oh, she doesn't want to be lonely anymore. You're living with that dude though, that Lord of the Rings guy. He likes Lord of the Rings. Do you not like Lord of the Rings, Huberta? Does he just spend all his time watching Lord of the Rings and he doesn't pay you any attention? I'm so sorry. It makes you feel alone even though you're living together. That's a real shame. I mean, I know I'm romancing you and everything, and so maybe like this is like a hint to me, but like guys, I don't think she likes me. Wow, she's just walking over there and standing. Wow. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. It is Thursday. Like second best day of the week, I think. Sorry, there's something. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it is Thursday. Hooray, I guess. Hey, Lazy Paradox, welcome, welcome. We're playing more Medieval Dynasty today because I don't know. I honestly didn't even think about it. I was like, that's just what we're playing. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. How am I today? Okay, I guess. Still dealing with stuff with work, but you know, I'm kind of like I've been coming to terms with it, and I'm like, it, you know, just sucks basically. But this happens every time, right? Like, it kind of reminds me of what my friend said about the scrambled eggs before, right? When I was in college, my friend, every like weekend breakfast, right, or like brunch or whatever, um, I would go to the dining hall, and sometimes other people would come too. Usually, I think like we were the first like batch to be up and go, so it was like me and him, and then like sometimes some other people, but he was pretty much always consistently like one of the like earlier people like me to kind of go around like 10 or so, like right when it opens. And uh because like, you know, I wanted to get like the breakfast food and stuff, and I always got the scrambled eggs, right? And they were always really slimy, right? Scrambled eggs that are really slimy, not really like cooked. They're not fluffy. They're not like crispy. They're just kind of slimy and gooey and goopy. Um, Probably kind of cooked all the way, but like just not cooked well. That's for sure. And and he was always like, you know, well, not always, but like eventually, you know, as I poked around at the scrambled eggs and stuff, feeling manipulated. Um, yeah, well, I know, like uh, he was like, I was poking out the eggs, and he was like, you know, this is a, uh, like, you have like an abusive relationship with the eggs. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you keep going back to them saying this time it'll be different. This time will probably be different for sure. And it never is different. It just never is. Um, and I was like, oh, you're right. Which like is such a like kind of like weird way to think about it, because it was just eating scrambled eggs, right? But I was like, that's such a serious thing for scrambled eggs. But like kind of, yeah, and but it like made me realize like other times in my life where, you know, I do the same thing, and I'm like, maybe it'll be different this time, right? Maybe things will be different. And I keep like, you know, expecting something better. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. But I don't know. I think, mm, in my defense, in my defense, the only thing I was doing was getting the eggs, right? Like, there were a lot of other factors. Maybe, you know, they would have just made them better. You know, like there might have been different things involved, right? Because like me getting the eggs had nothing to do with their outcome, right? So, you know, maybe they had decided, oh, we keep making them really bad. Maybe we'll make them better today. Maybe we'll make them not disgusting today, you know? And because that they should, really, they should do consider that. Like I really I think that'd be smart of them. But you know, and so I kind of like, you know, and I kind of am realizing that more and more every time it happens with stuff with work, I keep thinking again, I'm like, you know, this is the eggs. It's the eggs. Like I keep getting, yeah, they were like, nah, I'm gonna make them slimier. Are they too watery? Well, I take that to mean not watery enough. But no, they're pretty much always like equally bad. Like I don't know, because the thing is every once in a while, like every like 5 months, they'll give you like a good, not amazing, but like palatable, normal, one might say, scrambled eggs, right? And then it's like, oh wow, look at that. They can do it right. And then that kind of like, leaves you hanging for more, right? Kind of like gotcha in a way, right? It's kind of like a gotcha thing. um and they throw you a bone every once in a while to keep you hooked, right? And that's kind of like what I feel like my job is currently, is like I keep like they keep disappointing me, right? And like uh doing something not good with, regarding me. And then they wrong me, they slight me, and and then like I get really upset about it and really frustrated and angry, and I'm like, that's not really, it's not fair. And I get really, really annoyed. And but then like I have to come to terms with it, right? Because it's like, well, this is the situation I'm in right now. And then I'm like, okay, how can I, I'm like, like they say, like, like, do what can you do to change things, So I'm like, okay, this is the way it is. What can I do moving forward, right? And I'm not in a position to just like drop the job and, ditch it for a new one right now, right? Especially like a lot of jobs that are employed on an academic calendar, like usually have specific times of year where they accept applications usually for people in academic calendar. Usually they're not like hiring like, right now, for instance, because all the jobs are just starting. And So, like there's specific times like that are more likely. In theory, you could like, hire anyone throughout the year, but there are times where it's more likely, because people will want to finish out the year right before leaving their jobs normally. Maybe the eggs were slimy by virtue of how they're cooked, and they cooked a lot at once, then reheated later, and the good one is fresh version. Maybe. I don't think we got the good one often enough though, but that might have just been like coincidence of like, was the fresh version out when I was there. But I think it's a thing because I've seen other places do it too, where they just don't cook things long enough, right? Because they're cooking like in too much bulk, so they kind of like cut corners, and they're like, I think it's good enough, right? Because they're trying to like have a fast turnout, and they're just like busy, they're busy chefs in the kitchen. But or I don't know, maybe the rats under their hats made a mistake. I don't really know. Um, but uh but yeah. So, like yeah, I get too many cooked. Yep. Too few actually, probably more like. But um but uh but yeah, yeah, like work does stuff. I get mad. I like come to terms with it, and I'm like, look, okay, I can't like just ditch right now because it's not, you know, the time of year where there are many opportunities. So I'm like, okay, so I have to make the best of it right now. And I'm like, okay, what can I do? Or potentially, since I can't, ditch and leave and go somewhere else right now, I'm like, can I like do what I can here to make my opportunity here better? Maybe improve my chances, try to petition for something, or push here or there, like whatever, do whatever I can. Um and or like, do a good job myself, and like try to show off this particular thing or ask for this thing, and like what can I do to improve my chances here? And plead my case basically for the stuff I need and want and things like that. And so I think that, and then like, I kind of buckle in, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I try real hard, to make things better. And I'm kind of thinking optimistically now, because then I'm like, oh no, you know what, like I kind of have to, because like that's the only direction to go, and try to improve stuff. And then I'm like, maybe I can improve things. Yay, let's try. right? And then sometimes I get like a little bit of like a possibility because then I like push to my boss and I'm like, how about this? What about this? And they're like, oh yeah, maybe actually, maybe. And I'm like, ooh, okay, you like it? Okay, I'll keep going. And then a lot of times that's when like there are jobs and stuff, and I look see the jobs and I'm like, but things are going so well here. I don't know if I want to completely give up on this if I have a shot here. Because again, I really like do this job. It is a good job, like my relationship with my, I won't say my relationship with employers, but the employment part is not good. The job is good. Hard to explain, but yeah, you get the idea. And so like I like the job. It's a good job, sweet job. If it were what it's supposed to be and what it should be, if it were fair, it's a really great position. And I don't really, want to ditch it, because this is better than the other things that are other places. So, work is good, bosses suck, yeah. And, other places, honestly, the bosses also suck, but the work, like, isn't as good. So, like, it's kind of like I want to stay here if I can, especially if I can improve the situation, going on with the bosses and stuff. So, however, then, I miss my chance at like other stuff sometimes. Um, because my boss is like, thinking, oh yeah, maybe we have a chance. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll look into it. We'll see. And I'm like, oh yay, okay, this is going well. And they give me a little bit of hope, and then and they kind of like lead me on. And then once I lose chances other places, then they come back and they're like, yeah, actually no, and they just like make things worse. And then and then I'm kind of like, what if I do this? And then they just kind of like make things worse. And like I invest time and energy and money into like trying to improve things. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try, because they gave me an opportunity to, they're like, okay, here's this sucky thing, and I'm like, all right, well, can I improve it? And they're like, yeah, maybe, yeah, go ahead, see if you can, um, you know, yeah, we'll give you a window of opportunity, not like a time window, but like, an opportunity to improve the stuff. I take the opportunity, I do improve my chances, but then like they shift the goalpost and they're like, no, never mind. And I'm like, oh, but like, and then I'm like, okay, great. So like, why did I even put in all that effort and energy if you were just going to turn it down anyway? Like, even if you knew you were going to turn it down, like it didn't matter if I did all of that, you were still going to turn it down. Like, what was the point? What was the point? You could just told me from the beginning that you were going to turn it down, and then like I wouldn't have put in all that stuff to try to get it. Like, I don't know, it's a job good enough to be continued to be manipulated strung along, or get a less good job. And yeah, I mean, I know, but like, I mean, also the problem is it costs a lot of money to move across the country, right? And I don't know, because it would like, it would be for, because I would take a pay cut, because again, the pay is pretty well here. I already took a pay cut here, but I would, and I'm trying to get back to what I should be. Um, but if I moved, I would, yeah, I'd probably be across the country, because I mean there aren't that many positions in my field. So, like, I mean, if I'm lucky, I can get something here, but probably it would be back on the East Coast anyway, because like that's where I'd want to go anyway. Like, I'm kind of nervous to like get a job out here in LA and then be here for like 3 more years before I move. Like I don't want to like bounce around like that. Um, Employers don't really like if you bounce between jobs a lot, because then it's harder, to get future jobs. So if I like go work at somewhere else out here in LA and I'm only there for 3 years, and then I try to move back to the East Coast, people will be like, why were you only there 3 years? That's suspicious. Are you gonna leave here in a couple years too? We can't trust you. And so like it's a little risky. Um and
but if I find something out here, which would potentially still be worth it, but it would make sense to like just move. But I don't know if I can afford to move. But there are more opportunities on the East Coast than like in my specific city. A whole half of the country obviously has a lot more opportunities than one city. So but yeah, cost of living is a lot in other places, maybe ultimately better. Um, I mean, not really. I've done the like conversions and stuff, at least based on rent. And kind of considering I was like, how much will I have left over? And it'd be like like $100 a month. But considering it would cost me thousands of dollars to move, the like $100 a month is less appealing, you know. Um and there's also like I've had situations in the past where when your employer finds out you're looking at other jobs, things get rough for you in your current job. And like they're more likely to potentially try to lay you off or something because they kind of know you're not going to be around. So I don't it's a little bit more complicated my position, but this particular job, um but yeah, like I factored all that in. I mean, because the thing is, like, otherwise I'd be like in, uh, um, like in New Jersey or something, right? Like outside of New York City, and that's not cheap. It's not cheap either. Or the DC area, also not cheap. So like a lot of these, there was one job I was looking at in Pittsburgh, which would have been more affordable. But I wasn't like a perfect fit for the job, so they're like people are very specific with what they want. It's a tough job market, but you're gonna hold stuff on your roof with one arm out the window. Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, I'm also like, I don't want to like, lose all my furniture and everything. And like, it's just, and even just like literally like um, like security deposits and stuff on apartments, like you need that like $2,500 security deposit for the apartment that costs 2,500. And also a lot of places like as well, like there's one job I was looking at in New Jersey, like a little bit outside of New York. And the like the pay isn't really great compared to the cost of living. And so like I uh like I would only be able to afford like, you know, two apartments kind of close to work, and they are like really ugly, awful looking apartments and stuff. And it's just hard. And but that's because like everyone wants three, you need to make three times the monthly rent and stuff like that. And what is it in Manhattan? It's different. It's like 50 or 80 times your salary needs to be 50 or 80 times a monthly rent or something like that. I know Manhattan has a different system. But yeah, like, so and that's what kind of gets you too, so even if I could afford an apartment, like I don't meet the income qualifications for it. And because again, these other positions, it's just like I just make so much less compared to the price of housing, and I would also have less left over and stuff. So I mean, the thing is like uh I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to live. I mean, I could live in an ugly apartment, but like, if I could live in my current apartment that I really like and, still have more leftover income, um, because like cost of living is expensive, but it's not like I do much here. you know it's just like groceries, and it's expensive, but I mean, it's not that much cheaper in these other places too. So there's a lot of benefits still to living here. um and again, especially with the like how much it costs to actually move, like the like $2,000, actually probably more now, like 2,500 to actually move the stuff with the movers and everything. And then, like I said, you have like the $2,000 security deposit, and then, rebuying furniture. And I just moved to this apartment last year, right? So, if I have to like rebuy furniture or something, that's frustrating. Um, and because like if my furniture doesn't happen to fit that apartment or whatever the case might be. So, like and yeah, it's just uh and I had to already like, scrap some of my furniture from my last apartment and get new furniture for this apartment because my furniture didn't fit in this apartment. And but yeah, so I don't know, it's just like it's I would be taking a financial hit if I moved basically. Like I've run the numbers, I've thought about it. Like I was applying for places, and but like it would be like financial loss overall. And I'd be starting a brand new job. The job would be harder with more work than the job I currently have. And the like work culture and philosophy of the job does not really align with where I'm at right now from like what I've adapted to in my current job. So that would be kind of a switch. It would be I would have a hard time adjusting, and it would be a lot of startup work for me to adjust as well, to like learn a lot and everything, and like treat those numbers up so they can run faster. If only it worked like that. But and that's also the thing. Like, there's no like real mm, higher position for my job, right? Like, basically where I'm at, I'm kind of like got like one of the best spots I can get for my job, right? Like in my career, I feel like I have one of the best uh positions. Like if you look at what I do and what I get paid to do it, like and even compared to other schools, other like you know schools, libraries, um, academic centers, like like anywhere else I can work, right? Um, like any other sort of place, like this job overall is pretty good, right? And so like when I was looking at those other places, like in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and stuff, like they just weren't. Yeah, I am being manipulated and that kind of bugs me. And it's not fair, right? I'm not being treated the same as like other people who work here, and that's the problem. And like those places I was looking on the East Coast again, like they're a little bit different than what I currently do, and they just weren't they were a lot more work for less money. And like and like it would be a step down, like this is kind of like one of the best jobs. And so if I like took a different job, it would not like it would be a downgrade from this. If that makes sense. So yeah, it just kind of like it's kind of the principle of the thing. It's and it just kind of it gets to you mentally. Oh, thank you. Um, but it just it's just like a like a it's just a mental thing of like not being treated the same as everyone else, not being valued the same as everyone else. Um, and like it's still good overall. See, that's the thing. That's why it's hard to want to move, because it's like if I move and I get a different position, then it, wouldn't be as good. So it's like feel bad like complaining about it because like I'm still in a pretty lucky situation, it feels like, but it is just like that I'm not being treated fair compared to other people, basically, and I don't like it. So it's true. It is a plan. It certainly is a plan, but yeah, uh, and yeah, I mean, and like maybe like here this fall, maybe I'll like keep an eye out for other places and things like that. But yeah, like I don't know. And see, because that's the thing is, it's just like, is it worth it? Because like if I could stick it out here, and if I could convince them, to like treat me better, and like, if I could argue for a more fair, you know, work situation, if I could build that up, then, and they leave just a little bit of hope, right? And I did straight up ask them, I'm like, do you not want me here? Is that like the issue? Is that like, are you giving me a rough time so that I leave? Is that like, or do I actually have a chance? Like, you keep giving me this hope, but I'm not sure that it's genuine. Like, why are you stringing me along like this? Like, are you, what's the thing here? And like, they just don't answer that question, which probably means they are stringing me along and they don't want me here. But like, at the same time, and again, it's like I keep thinking, well, maybe this time it's different. Maybe this time they mean it. Maybe this time when they gave me that little bit of hope, maybe they mean it. Maybe this chance I have to convince them of this is, and to and there's different things, right? It's different things to try to do. But like, maybe if I can do it this time, then maybe I'll actually get the fair treatment for it. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe they're telling the truth this time. And no, they never do. And I keep thinking like, well, maybe this time they will. And like right now, because it's right at the start of the academic calendar, like there's going to be fewer jobs because fewer people are going to be like quitting their job, right? Right at the beginning of the academic year. Maybe like in July potentially, but they've been dragged through this all summer too, without clear answers on things, and then so now I know, but now it's kind of like a little late, and so like I turned down an interview at the end of June because I was like, I'm pretty sure things will turn out okay here because I was like meeting their standards for things that they wanted to give me what I want. And then they turned around and was like, never mind, we've actually changed the requirements of what we need from you. And I'm like, okay, great. They're just to upset them and see how much I can push. See, the issue with that is that like I kind of would, but I feel like uh I don't have as much power. Um I don't have the power to do that, basically. Um I feel like I can't push very much. Because the thing is, other people at work can push harder than I can, and I see them push, and they can get away with it. But I like, you know, push a little and then like I don't get away with it. I like can't push for anything. But I think I am I don't know, because like I'm not yeah, I mean like I definitely haven't been very clear with my boss and been like, hey, look, I'm really like I feels like you're just straight up manipulating me. This is kind of an abusive situation. You're denying me opportunities by the way you're communicating and all this, and I kind of want to just sit down and just straight up be like, look, I'm upset by that. You're not getting away with as much as you think you're getting away with. Okay, like you keep doing this to me, and I know you're doing it, and I'm upset. Like I don't know if they know how upset about it I am. You know, like I think they vaguely know I'm upset, but like like because the thing is, anytime I'm the least bit like, well, but, and they're like, oh, you're being unreasonable, and I'm like, but no, but what about this? Like anytime you like they're like stomp on you and then you're like, well, but how about you don't? Because this. And they're like, well, stop being so unreasonable. And it's just is that's not what they say, but like that's the vibe that you get. And so like it kind of is a little intimidating because it's like, ooh, what if I like really pushed back and like let them know I was upset, because here I'm kind of like kind of dance around like what if maybe by chance I was a little bit upset by this, like just what if I was a little annoyed, just a tad, what if. And they're like, well, that would be absolutely unreasonable if you were even the slightst bit annoyed by this, because this is perfectly sensible, and we want to treat you differently because obviously it just makes the most sense to think about the financial bottom line and blah 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 blah. And and it's like, yeah, but that's not really fair for everyone else. Why am I getting this? And I don't say that's part because they're already really mad seeming when I like just even kind of question the like, well, what if I didn't like this? And they're like, well, how dare you? And it's like, but it's not fair. So, but it's like no, people hate that, like, but it's not fair because they're doing this and they're getting this, and why aren't you doing this for them? And like and you come in with all these logical arguments and stuff because they don't want that, you know, and they're gonna get really upset and annoyed with me if I push because I've seen other people push and they get away with it, but I guess to be fair, my boss does kind of get a little bit annoyed with them for pushing. But they are pushing about less reasonable things than I am, to be honest, because they already get away with a lot more, you know. And then if they don't get away with something, then the boss is like, nope, stop that. But, and then they push about that thing. But that's already something that I don't even, you know, I know I can't get away with. You know, I don't know. It's like, but again, objectively compared to other jobs, it's still a good job. Is the problem. It's just not as good as my coworkers. And that's frustrating. But you know, I don't know. And especially financially cuz like if I were paid more, that'd be great. But I'm not being paid fairly basically. And, you know, but I am still paid equal to other jobs I would go to, basically. But I'm not paid fairly compared to my coworkers, sort of. Um, yeah, they don't like my disappointed teacher, but I don't have that attitude at all in person, so it's not my coworkers' fault. You know, they're just trying to advocate for themselves and everything too. It's the boss that like, you know, just treats me unfair. Like I said, I'm just kind of like the first in line for things. Um, you know, the first punching bag kind of for stuff. Um, and also like people see me as a pushover is like the issue. So, you know, they do think they can get away with stuff. But it's, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Um, but so now I'm like kind of calmed down and I'm in that phase again where I'm like, all right, what if we just buckle in and try to make it work? Because that's all I can do, you know. My other option is to like try to you know, focus on like outside of work stuff, you know, like work, you know, like really buckle down on like you know, my novel and like try to, you know, get that um edited up and published and stuff, you know, and then like, you know, and try to like transition to something else that way and like, you know, or like I don't know, like really go in on clip a lot of shorts and you know, post more and like try to really grow with streaming and then like, you know, which I'm also kind of been doing because again that's like I don't know, just do what I can, you know, do what I can, whatever I have, you know, in reach to kind of help with stuff. But how easy is it to tip me? um I don't know. I don't know. I think I've got strong legs. So, you know, and I'm not that tall. In theory, taller people should be easier to tip because they have a higher center of gravity, right? Um, and I'm like 5'4", so I'm not that tall. Well, technically I'm a little bit taller than 5'4", but that's still kind of like, but I guess I'm taller than average for a girl, so maybe I'm easier to I just grew up with ballet, you know? So, honestly, I try to avoid working out my legs. I know I'm not short. I'm tall for a girl. I'm tall for a girl. I'm tall for a girl. The average female height is 5'3", and I'm 5'4". Actually, I'm 5'4 3/4. But everyone gets mad when I say that. So five, or no, I'm 5'4 3/4. Yeah, but I never get mad. So I just say 5'4". But that's still above 5'3", so I'm taller than average. Mm-hmm. Which means I'm tall for a girl. Tall for a girl. Probably short for white women, but uh that's not important. No, No, not coping, not coping. It's just facts. It's just facts. I'm taller than average for a girl. Mhm. It's just facts. Just because women are shorter than guys, that's that's not that's not how it works. That sounds misogynistic. But but yeah, no, and I don't work out my legs. Because my family grows muscle mass pretty easily, so I don't want yeah, yeah. I went there. I went there. No, to be honest, it's kind of like it is kind of frustrating sometimes because like with height and things because like a lot of things are designed with like men. I mean kind of like they only for what longest time like they only had like uh male based like test dummies and like cars and things. And so like for instance for girls like for me the seatbelt in the car crosses over my neck. It's not supposed to do that. That's actually bad. If you get in an accident and it cuts into your neck, that's not good. That's not good. I mean it probably won't choke me, but like it depending on how the hit is, it could be bad because it crosses over my neck and it's not supposed to do that. But yeah, I know, and everyone's always like, "Oh, well, didn't just get like you looks like you need a little booster seat," and it's like that is insane to expect women because I'm taller than the average woman, so it's crazy to expect the average woman to need a booster seat for cars. Um, Maybe you should just design the cars so that women can use them, or the seat belts. Make them adjustable or something so that it's can make it safe for women. But having like need booster seats and stuff. Well, but this is specifically related, um, kind of delegating the average woman as uh non-average and saying like, well, 5'4" is short, so we're not going to design things to accommodate that height because that's short. Um, and we're trying to accommodate the average height, but then you kind of like are not accommodating women, you know. So yeah, for cars and for a lot of other stuff too. Public transportation, those bars are up really hella high. You meant for you? Um, I don't really know what you mean by that. I'm trying to like figure out where you're going with this, but um, I'm just saying for the height, I don't like it. I don't like it. Um, because a lot of people do say I'm short, and it frustrates me because then it means the average woman is short, and that's and that is misogynistic when society is designed, uh, not for the majority of women, you know, who are then too short for things, to be able to use things comfortably and or safely, and and so it's just kind of like for instance like again like for me like on buses if you have to hold up the onto the bar because like you can't hold on to the vertical bars because like other people are holding onto them so you have to hold on to the horizontal bar really high up, but then when you're holding onto it like my arm is fully extended and like you know fully stretched, and that's not good because then when the bus stops suddenly, you like get jerked, or like the metro or whatever you're on, like you get jerked suddenly, and your shoulder like gets pulled, because because of the way the tension goes in your arm and stuff. It's not good. It's not good. But you know, it's and it can like really hurt. But they could just lower it a little, but they don't. You just like making fun of me. Yeah, I see. I see. But I don't know. The short thing like it does bug me because it is related to like misogyny stuff. But but yeah. But anyway, Anyway, I've been working really hard on all the other stuff, and I'll probably be trying to work really hard on all the other stuff um here in the coming weeks. And I'm gonna like, I'm gonna try. Because like I said, I make this mistake, and honestly, because I was working on work stuff this afternoon, that honestly I probably shouldn't have been. I probably shouldn't have given them my extra time and energy. Because I didn't. It's something I didn't have to do. I was just trying to be like, well, but what if I do this and I'll do a good job? And I'm like, maybe I should stop trying to go above and beyond and do a really good job at work. I know a lot of people say it's short. The same, you don't care. It's above average, or it is average, I think, for guys. So just say that. And just be like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. It's average. Um, people don't know the average heights. They don't know them, and they gotta learn. Um, Actually, I think the average height in the United States. I think the average global height for men is like 5'7", I think, or something like that. Nothing wrong with being average height. Why would you want to be super tall? Giant, slender man? No. No. Um, being average is good for that sort of stuff, because then you're not too tall, not too short, right in the middle. And that's why I kind of like being the height that I am, because compared to the girls, there are girls taller than me, there are girls shorter than me. I'm like kind of comfortably in the middle. Although technically I'm still above average, but I'm still like, I think for the United States I'm a little bit closer to average, but like slightly above average, but still I am very close to average though, comparatively. It is true. Maybe like an inch above average, so it's not really that far off. So then like, I'm shorter than some people, taller than some people. And in some ways it sucks, because then I get to feel short or tall all the time if I'm around short people. Like people who are actually short for women, then I'm like, I feel tall. And if I'm around like women who are like 5 foot, then I'm like, wow, I feel tall. And then if I'm around women that are like 5'8", 5'9", I'm like, wow, now I feel short. and and then like I just either get to feel tall or short. But to be fair, that's only the times that I notice. I probably feel pretty comfortable most of the time. Slender Man is cool and has the pages. He just well, but he left his pages all out in the woods. I don't know if they're his anymore. He left them where anyone can get their grubby little hands on them. And Slender Man isn't cool. He's too tall. Too tall. Too tall. When people are too tall, they need to shrink down a bit. Too tall. um I feel actually I'm mm, see, the thing about tall people is they're very intimidating, or they are insecure and they kind of like hunch over. And it's like, I don't need that negative insecurity energy around here. Stop hunching. And then or they're just too tall and they're very intimidating. You see. See, now shorter people, like shorter women, if they're like, I don't know, like 4'10" or something, then it's like, oh, you're tiny, and it's just kind of cute, but like I don't feel personally victimized by it. they're not they're not like small enough to be like a bug where they can like crawl up in everywhere, so it's not so bad. But he has a snappy business suit. He does. That is true. He is a good dresser, but he's also bald. So, you know, he has a lot going against him still, just because he has a suit. Short dudes are insecure about being short. Yeah, but if they like overcompensate, then they just like kind of be louder personality. Hopefully, just not like an asshole, but like you can be louder personality and be more confident. They have to be extra confident, um, to overcompensate. You know, as long as they're not like an asshole. But to be fair, I don't know a lot of like shorter guys. To be fair, um, Mm, maybe I do. I don't know. I guess they're kind of shorter. I don't really pay attention to people's heights a whole lot, as long as they're not like, it doesn't like stand out. So people who are like, maybe guys who are like 5'6", 5'7", I like wouldn't notice, because they're like still taller than me, so I don't pay attention to that. But short dude that went off at a subway worker about being short. It went viral years ago. I didn't see that. And to be fair, like some of the biggest like like there's someone I was friends with growing up who is straight up a capital N capital G nice guy, right? Who like I saw a post from him before online where he pulled into the gas station at our local market, and he pulled into the gas station, and like or no, sorry, he was working at the gas station, working at a gas station at the market. And this was back like in college, and he you know still living back in my hometown. And he was working at the gas station, and a girl pulled in and was having trouble pumping her gas. And you know goes to he comes, you know, to help do it for her and everything. And then you know, she says thanks and everything, and it's just like just straight up part of his job, right? It's his job to like help her pump her gas. But then you know, and then you know, he finishes, they go, she pays, and then she's like, so thanks, you know, and everything. She's like, yeah, I was really having a lot of trouble because yeah, like, you know, like, because my boyfriend said that something with the car was something something something, right? And oh no, wait, that wasn't it. It was that like her car ran out of gas like 20 feet before the pump. That was it. I was like, why does this story not make sense? Her car ran out of gas like 20 feet before the pump. And so he came out. So yeah, it wasn't that. I was like, it wasn't actually part of his job. What am I saying? He went out to and like pushed her car, helped her push her car like the 20 feet forward or whatever it was, right? And and then you know, when you know she was thanking him, she was like, yeah, you know, thanks so much. You know, my boyfriend told me I needed to get gas yesterday, but I didn't, or whatever it was, right? And then he got really upset because he was like, she had a boyfriend, she could have told me she had a boyfriend before I pushed her car up, before I helped her push her car up. And I was like, oh my god, that's like, that is nice guy right there. Oh my god, that is nice guy. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, yeah, it was like uh yeah, classic nice guy. I was like, wow, I don't think I've seen from someone I personally know as like like the epitome of nice guy. Like it's just such a stereotypical nice guy thing. I don't think I've seen anything posted like this from someone, like I said, like I personally know at that point anyway. I've probably seen more now, but like again, this was back like right, you know, when I was like still in college, like so you know, like a sophomore or something like that maybe. So and I was just like, wow, wow, wow. But also he is probably like was one of the shorter guys in my high school, I think. So, you know, kind of he was a saxophone player. So it all kind of adds up when you think about it, because that is very typical saxophone player, and it also is that kind of like nice guy, but also like asshole who's overcompensating for being short, but like in a bad way, you know. Um, but um, but yeah, because I can think of like a lot of like book characters who overcompensate for being short, but like in a good way, you know. They're less like confident and charismatic and stuff, and like, you know, try to be charming, and they like play it up and to like yeah, cover up the fact that they're short, or they'll like, you know, just like again be kind of like loud because they're short or whatever it is, but like not in a bad way, you know. But nice guys play saxophone. Saxophonists though are like that. Not that nice guys are saxophonists, but because they can be, you know, any instrument really, but that is like maybe that story in particular isn't directly related to the saxophone, but his personality in general is saxophone personality for sure. The mm, yeah, I don't know how to describe what part of it, but it's like it overlapped with saxophone behavior. But he himself is like the epitome saxophone player. Feel more pressure to talk when there's not many people here because that's so nice. Other people show up, you feel some relief. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to talk if you don't want to talk. Um, that's okay. But and you still talk when other people are here. There are other people who come in like as soon as anyone else shows up, they just straight up stop talking. That does happen. that happens. And then it's kind of weird because then I'm like, yay, someone else, two people chatting, and then you're like, one people chatting. It's just a trade off. But and then like it's it kind of feels sad, but you know saxophones. I don't necessarily think against saxophones. It's just like there's stereotypes about all the instruments. Every instrument has their stereotype. Saxophonists are uh do not have a very flattering stereotype, so I'm not gonna say it. To be fair, a lot of the instruments, the stereotypes are not flattering. Like it's like flaws for all of them, you know. Um, for the most part, some are like neutral, some are neutral. But others are not flattering, and that's pretty much it, honestly. But yeah, no, you're good, you're good. Um, but uh, but yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, but play trombone. Hmm. The when I think about a side note, I talk about like some tall guys stoop because they're insecure about their height. For me, the epitome of the tall guy who stoops because he's insecure about his type was a trombone player in my high school. But trombones are mostly pretty chill. Uh, I don't know. It's hard. It's been so long since I've been in band. I don't have like I know the vibes, but I don't have them in words because if I say they're pretty chill, all low brass is chill, but like trombonists are chill in kind of like a different way. And French horn is chill too, but like in like a really mellow way. Oh, trumpet players. My brother's a trumpet player. Trumpet players are very egotistical and arrogant and yeah. um and yeah, and I'm a flutist. Flutists are perfectionists, but like to a negative point sometimes. And also like in band camp, the people who fainted during band camp were always flutists. Like constitution, like that flutists most like win most likely to lose their constitution saving throw, let's just say that. um uh like the flutists put no points in that stat. Clarinets. Ooh, there are a couple different clarinet like guy clarinet players are like usually just pretty weird. Just really weird. Um and like hard to pin down exactly what I mean by that, but kind of weird. Yeah, I didn't faint. I didn't faint. But yeah, all the rest of them they kind of do. It's also really funny because flute players, right? The flute uses the most air out of any instrument in the band, right? Um, because you lose so much over the top of the instrument. So it takes so they usually have the best like lung capacity. And so anytime they yeah, so a lot of times flute players are recruited to play tuba or sousaphone or something. But it's also like they tend to be the tiniest people in the band. So we were like sticking these like and they would pull from like the lower chair flute players usually because you'd have like too many flutes, and then they're like, well, what do? We need more low brass. We have a lot of flutes. Hey, flutes, so you wanna play tuba? You wanna play sousaphone? And then they like stick like a giant sousaphone over this like little freshman flute girl. And she's like, it's so heavy. And everyone's like, it's only 30 pounds. And she's like, it's so heavy. And well, actually, the sousaphones were fine. The tubas are a little bit harder. The sousaphone was balanced out pretty well. So people could generally, like, it looked wild, but like they could usually carry them pretty okay. But but yeah, but they would usually pick because like tuba is like I think the second most air in the band. And so obviously it needs like a lot of lung capacity, so they would usually pull from the flutes to play tuba. And which really also skewed the stats of like what is the tuba stereotype, right? Because like usually tubas are like super super chill and like just kind of hanging around, standing around. They're the most chill. Basically, a lot of brass. It kind of you go from like least chilled to most chilled, the like lower you go, kind of. As like a overarching. There's like more nuance to it, but largely, kind of that's kind of it. And but then you throw these like little flute girls in there, and it's like they are not chill. So you can tell they don't belong. Drummers are crazy. They're crazy and weird and quirky and wacky and extremely misbehaved. That's that's the drummers. They are the bad boys. They are the rule breakers. They push the boundaries. That sort of stuff. Probably also the most likely to start a cult. You know, things like that. A little creative, a little misbehaved, you know. You're a marching band color guard. Oh, I don't know. That's I don't know. That's just kind of I don't know. I don't know. I always thought it was kind of weird because in our school, our dance team and our color guard had buses like on their like for themselves. And even if like we weren't like going to be changing or something on somewhere, like they always still had to have like girls only buses. And I just thought it was always kind of weird because it's like, well, but girls in the band don't need to be girls only. And it's like, yeah, but it's like why am I not special enough? Why do they need to be protected because they're delicate girls? And what I'm not like it was just kind of just there. I mean, they're like they're just the girls. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. A lot. I mean, because they. I don't know. I didn't like. I didn't like overlap with them enough, you know, to really um understand their vibe, you know, because there might even be differences within them. It just like I don't know. I didn't really get it enough, um but yeah, there's definitely a thanks. Nice to be special. Finally. Oh, there was also one time when we were in a away game and there weren't enough seats in the like stands, right, on the at the game. So or actually, you know, there's more than one time this happened. And it's a couple times. And then like the color guard and our dance team, they got to sit there because they're girls. And the band had to stand. And it's like, you guys aren't even performing. We perform in the stands. You guys don't. And they're like, yeah, we do. We sing along to your songs. And it's like, well, but that I don't know if that counts, man. And and so we had to stand the whole game, and they got to sit down, and it's like that's not really fair. Um, but they're girls, so that's why they get to sit down. And it's like, hello, half the band is girls. What do you mean? And but they're like girls. It's like this sucks. Fainting flutist. No, I never fainted. I never fainted. Not me. I didn't faint. But because you know it's just always really hot out and stuff, and they weren't drinking enough water. And classic rookie freshman flutist mistake. But I didn't. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. But yeah. I actually played piccolo my junior and senior year in marching band. So yeah, apparently tomboy girl boss marching band girl. uh Even though I'm a flute player, which is probably the girliest of all the like uh but I guess flute players are like yeah the perfectionist girlies. The clarinet players are also girlies, but they're like the like gossip. They have drama for you, like the hot Cheetos girlies, right? Those are the clarinet girlies. A little different. They come a little different than the flute girlies. Um, but still girls all the same, all the same. Although French horn girls are also actually no, not all. Some are huge perfectionists. Some are just too chill to be perfectionists. It kind of depends. Players in the gym practicing karate and lifting weights. No, no, we didn't do that. Um, but yeah, no, that was not us. But but yeah, definitely probably like the smallest build of people in the band. Probably the people who most needed to practice karate and lift weights, to be honest. But compared to everyone else, but yeah. Um, mm, Actually, I was just thinking of some other on my band. But anyway, let's play the game. Let's play the game. I need to play the game. I kind of did want to like gap for a long time because I want to make sure it stream didn't crash. I need to karate more. My brother did karate growing up. I learned karate from his classes because they were at the YMCA, and my mom and I sat in the bleachers and I did my homework and watched his karate class, and then he would come home and he we need to help him learn his karate things, so we practiced with him because we had to watch in the class. He had a little ADHD, so he wasn't always watching in the class as much as we were. So then we helped him at home sometimes. Um, but all my friends did taekwondo. Was with all my college friends were into taekwondo. Like four of my friend group were taekwondo black belts, I think, or double black belts, or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But job my employee. No, my employers. No, no, no. No, no, we're not gonna resort to violence. No violence. No violence around here. But luckily, the stream hasn't crashed. Okay, it's really loud right now. I don't think it's actually that loud for you, but it's fine. Okay. Load game. Rattopia. You're limited. Can't spell stuff. Well, you can't spell karate. Can you spell karate? Like 3 times? Oh, you can't. Sorry, you can't spell karate. I didn't read that right. I can't read. But taekwondo is just like it sounds. T-A-E, Quan, and then do. Okay. What am I doing in this game? So pretty. Right, it's spring day 2. Right, here's our little table. Let's have a seat. Look at me, eating breakfast in front of my house in the Middle Ages. From a third-person point of view. Look, everyone. Walking around. Whoa, buddy. Yeah, that's right. You better think twice about coming to sit at my table. Okay. Well, yeah. 3 words. How do I get up? Oh, stand up. It says it right over there. I'm blocking it, so. Alright. Look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful the sun coming through. These are also extreme level settings, by the way. I like, when I was playing off stream, I increased. Whoa, the bird flew in my face. I feel like its feather poked my eyeball. Wait, bird. What if I... Darn it. I don't know. I just thought, what if? What if, conveniently? I didn't even pick it up? Oh my god. Oh. Okay, there we go. Take and grab. What was... What? Why is take and grab different? I don't even understand. Okay. What am I doing? Hi, guys. Just sitting on a bench. Introducing it. K-W-O-N in the Quan part. It's T-A-E space K-W-O-N space D-O. Norman and Pepin. Look at them. Are you guys brothers? I don't think you are, but you're looking really similar.
People always complaining.
Look at all the people here.
Now I'm also complaining.
Complaining about the people complaining. Bod's the poor. Let's see. Georgiana, do you always just stand there every single day? And just, like, lounge? Because I swear she was the one lounging the other day. Huberta pushing me, I'll push you. Yeah, take that. You guys didn't see that. I'm a great leader. I'm great, I'm calm, I'm zen. Everyone... Captain Bodzapor? Where'd you go? Is that you? No, that you were Bodzapor. You got up and you sat back down again? I swear you just got up. What are these people? Look at these children. What are they doing? They're dancing. It's spelled together and apart. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've only seen it spelled separately. Alright, what am I doing in this game? I was gonna do something important. I think I need to build a house? Maybe? Build a house. I have no quests. Did I guess I finished Alwyn's quest. Yeah, I did. Okay, I remember that now. For some reason I didn't remember that. But I might have some secret anger. No, totally zen. Totally zen. I only pushed Huberta a little bit, you know? Just a little push. Completely calm. Yo, Midnight Hulk. No. So calm. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, I need money, right. And, oh, but I couldn't find a luxury salesperson. I think all my crops are sown at least. But see, I need more like bushes and things. I also need... How's my orchards doing? I fully snap and yell obscenities at someone. Like an evil rabbit? I don't know. Evil rabbit is an interesting description. Pear tree, pear tree. My grandmother had a pear tree. Cool. Plum. Plum, plum, plum. These are the cherry trees, right? Yeah, cherry trees. Oh, pear trees. Another cherry tree. My hops. A lot of hops. I have more hops too. I don't like these spruce trees. What if I just cut them down for funsies? Nicula. I never read that, but I saw it in the library. Honestly, kind of weird. I always like wanted to read it, because like I read a lot. No, not all my hops. Okay. Oh wait, this is a maple tree. What am I doing? No, I'm so sorry, maple tree. I'm so sorry. I only wanted to chop down the ugly trees. A rabbit because of my kind nature, not because I'm a woman. I see. I see. I mean, that's what a lot of the girlies said when I was... do I need to... I don't think I can chop this down. Ooh, but I do need to get more things for, Oh wait, I have people collecting clay. Well, I'll get this clay anyway. When we did that thing in high school, and they were like, what type of... Oh, I ventured so far, I didn't realize the clay was so close. And they were like, what type of animal are you? And you had to ask everyone in your class. And all the girlies were like, you're like a bunny. You're like a kitten. You're like a little squirrel. And I was like, thanks. And they're like, you're like ice cream. You're like a cupcake. And I'm like, alright. Need to be more angry and break some kneecaps. I don't think so. I don't think so. No need for violence. I did not mean to take out my axe. I said that. Oops. Alright. Let's go. Taking my clay. What am I doing? We need to get more money. We need money. No need for violence. This axe is unrelated. It's a iron axe too, so it makes that nice clean sound. Alright, let's see what we have over here. What are you children doing? Blue Bart and Lambert. Hey, that's my son! He has a quest for me! How's it going, little cub? What? Okay. He's bored. Have you tried cleaning? You always seem to enjoy it. I am the worst dad. I did, but our house is too clean now. What is wrong with my child? I even tried washing a squirrel I found in the forest, but it didn't like it. What is wrong with my child? So I've only tidied up its acorns, and now I'm bored again. You're surely your mother's son. Can you help me out? I can get you a toy. Or I could say can't. I need to help people with real problems. I can get you a toy. This woman's gonna run into me. Yes, I think that would- Why is my son talking like this? Yes, I think that would suffice. He's 3. A cheetah. Cheetahs are precise and quick, and they're also the kindest to people. Sound like cats, like house cats. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't run very fast. Or well. Glad that you approve. Okay, why is my son like this? So I need to get a toy. A toy sword. Where do I get a toy sword? Can I make one? I don't... Okay, I have 2 seasons at least, but... my people need things. What are we even selling here? Pottage, scrambled eggs, mead, and rye. Oh, I sold all that mead myself. My bad. And rye, mead, scrambled eggs, and pottage. Okay. Well, Berta, what are you doing in the kitchen? I'm quick in mind. Yeah. I mean, that could work, but she's supposed to be making scrambled eggs. She's not making enough scrambled eggs. What if we do this? Flat bread. Oh, I should be selling my bread. Is my wife selling bread? No, I don't even have selling bread. People need me. I must go meet before the stream. Yes. Oh, right, I was going over here. Okay, I need a toy for my son. I need to get things for my people to sell.
So who exactly is this?
Wait, never mind. Clay bowls. I don't have any clay bowls in here.
Job, anyway.
Oh, of course you're at the clay station.
Will it take long?
Wait. Do I have him making clay bowls? Oh, I think I do, actually. I have so much working. Women, they never sell bread when you want them to. I mean, it's fine that she's not selling bread. I honestly don't remember what I have any of these people even doing. Workshop 2. Manfred, what are you doing? You are making clay bowls and beer bottles. Okay, and then I think what's her face in the tavern is supposed to be making beer. You're also doing wooden. Okay. So never mind. I'll just drop the clay off here. I don't need to make the clay bowls. You're not really making many clay bowls though, are you, buddy? Are you? 4 clay bowls. Okay. Oh, maybe because he ran out of clay. 2 beer bottles. Oh, I think I have them getting limestone again. What am my extraction team getting? Limestone and clay. Okay. Can you be there, friend? No, let's go see who's making the beer. I need to eat something as well. Dried meat. That did hardly anything. Don't have anything to eat. I have some seeds I need to plant. Because they're kind of heavy. Let's see. She's making beer. Nicola, right. Can't tell. She makes it over here. She's just standing over here, but she's brewing over here. You can't see it. Oh wait, no, they are selling bread just at a different stall. I forgot I had 2 food stalls. Okay, so they're selling the scrambled eggs now. Pottage. I need to make some pottage. It's my job. Meat and rye. She should be making rye. Need to check up on that. This food stall selling the bread. Yeah, okay. And the dried meat. And the flatbread. Rye bread and the scrambled eggs. I'm not selling scrambled eggs. It's selling at the other place. Here we're selling rye bread and flatbread. Flatbread. I don't think I have anyone making flatbread because I just have this kitchen. Oh no, she's making flatbread. She's not making very much. 15 a day. It should be plenty, but maybe people eat a lot of soup. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some pottage. Well, yelled at my wife for no reason. Yeah. To apologize. She's over here. My wife. Hi, wife. We're sorry. Oh, she's crying. I'm sorry. Mwah. I'm sorry. You're doing a good job. Selling all of these things. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Brush off that shoulder. Yeah, you're doing it. Good job. Okay. You're selling the bread. My slaw. Coleslaw.
Remember, I'm not the one who sets prices. It's the market.
That's what they all say. Screw you. I know. Tariffs. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, we apologize. Well, Truda, she's sure come a long way in this village. I will, Truda. She's selling clothes, though I haven't given her any clothes to sell, so kind of fortunate. And she doesn't know what she's selling. I honestly also don't know how to pronounce her name. Chwalaslawa. Her shop's a little empty right now because I don't know.
Guy who would be able to erect so many buildings that quickly. Everyone called him Bob.
Well, Truda likes Bob the Builder a lot. She's a big Bob the Builder stan. Is there any more story? Not to that storyline. I think the only story, like I have story quests here still, but those are like for my family and stuff. Because again, the main plot of this game is to you know, carry on your dynasty, right? So oops. Didn't mean to put up my fisticuffs. Okay. Where do I want to put a majestic tree? I feel like we need a majestic tree somewhere, but where? Wish I could put it right in here. We can't. Majestic tree, majestic tree. And we just have so many nice maples around. It's not like there's even a need for a majestic tree. Children creeping up on me are a little scary. Not gonna lie. What if I put a majestic tree over here? Yeah, like right here. Okay. I need a path here as well. Okay, there we go. That's nice. Look at the little mushrooms. Hey, Monkey, welcome, welcome. Only accidentally. Oh, in the middle of the road. You can't put them in the middle of the road. Luckily. I do need to build another house, though. Where to build the other house? I don't think it'll fit here. Did I finish painting this one red? I'm like so all over the place in this game right now. Kind of gets kind of flat once you get up here, huh? I guess not really. There's just a flat spot right here. Makes me think maybe I could put a house here. I might have to cut down the trees. But yeah, Rattopia is coming along, kind of. I'm not using my time very wisely, but
Thirsty bastards.
Okay, let's see. Oh, my logs. Ooh, our storage is full. Uh-oh. How did that happen? Oh my god, we have so much clay. My guy is not making enough clay bowls. I have to make more clay bowls. And also, wow, I have so much clay. I can make clay bowls and make so much red dye. Wow. If using a vtuber to... And I'm not a bunny. Yeah. Yeah. That's a pretty good summary. The only wise use of time is to waste it. I would disagree. That's just my personal preference. Wait, no, I need to go over here. Oh, thank goodness he's not using the clay station right now. Oh my god. How did I get so much clay all of a sudden? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have to be very productive. Okay. Oh right, that wasn't using the clay I had on me. I was using all my clay in total.
No
okay.
worries. I'll wait.
Yeah, you better wait. Okay. Dyes. I'll make red dye, and I'll make like 25 red dye. Oh, PlayStation. I was like, what did you hear as PlayStation? PlayStation. Like J Station. That really bad terminal weed. Do I want... No, we're just gonna pluck these sticks. You're right, I put those rocks there. Put them there myself. You heard PlayStation 2? No, PlayStation. The medieval version. PlayStation. Man, these carefully planted bushes really just look kind of messy, huh? Alright. I want this. Decorate. Red. Decorate. Red. Decorate. Red. Decorate. Red. Decorate. Red. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm standing on the bushes. So smart. No! No. Some short. Some panzers are good. In red. What a medieval peasant would play on a PlayStation? I don't know. I don't know. What would they? Oh, I still have a million bowls on me. I need to get these bowls off. Oh, do I even have room? I have no room in my storages, right? I need to tell my dudes to stop getting as much clay, I think. Buddies, chill on the clay. We have too much clay right now. We have too much clay. We need to chill. But get more limestone, because I need more of that. I think. Okay. Oh, I have plenty of room in here. Oh, but maybe not for much longer. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, I was using that.
Such an attitude.
I can hear my stomach rumbling.
Yeah, what would a medieval peasant play? Yeah, so, well, let's do all 24, sure. Oh, he's hungry again, and he's thirsty, wow. Okay. I guess we should get something to eat, huh?
I can hear my stomach rumbling.
Yeah, we're going to the food storage, buddy. Oh, these children. I need to make more pottage anyway.
Maybe interregnum isn't such a bad
No, I'll save some pottage for myself. Man, why is it so hot in here? Hold on.
I can't.
He can't recall the taste of food. Yeah, I know. Hold on. Take off my little jacket thing. Although then it's cold. Nothing's ever
recall
perfect.
The taste of food.
Okay. I have to take the pottage back to the storage. So my people have food to eat and we can sell stuff. Oh, you have to dry some meat too. Here you go. Have like this many pottage. Okay. Man, I'm like so scattered with this game now. I'm like doing a million little things. Oh. Oh my god, I ran over that child. Solibor, I'm so sorry. My bad. Old PlayStation games, you really feel like they would have a love-hate relationship with Castlevania. I could see that. I could see that. That makes sense. Checks out. Okay. Alright. Now we need to paint something on here. No, I think we'll leave off the extra decorating for a while. Let's paint this house. What do we want to paint this house? Right next to mine. My house is yellow. This house could be... Look at our colors. Yellow, orange, red, green. We already have a green. I don't have a purple. Black. Ooh. I don't have purple. Orange is easier. Violet's harder. I feel like violet feels like the right choice to make. Okay. So that'll be when summer comes. Look at all these children. When summer comes. Alright, but now, for now, we need to get some limestone. Or I guess put my red dye away again. I don't know what else. Where else do I want to be red? Berta's house is red. And this place over here. Actually. I don't have enough of any stuff. Okay, fine. Which house should be red? I feel like one over here should be red. I think this one over here. Or, no, I feel like this one should be red. Or, no, it's in view of that red house. I think this one. Red. 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 And then that's all right. I don't have any... Oh no. I have one more. Okay. Look at my houses. So cheerily painted. Did he just do a little weird jump? That was crazy. Okay. We really need to just wait till summer till we can get those berries and make blue dye. What do I have in my inventory? I have 18 shearing scissors. 4 sides. Okay, I clearly meant to sell some things at some point in time. I see. Let's see. I also need a blue dye for his collar here too. Or whatever it's called. Okay. Okay. It's been cloudy all day and it's really cool. I mean, I like IRL. So there's like a really kind of chill wind blowing through the window, but I kind of like it. Okay. I guess we should run into town and sell this stuff. Midnight. Oh, look. There's our girl horsey. She's sleeping. She looks a little dead, but she's not, I promise. Oh, I should get a honeycomb at some point, too. Oh, I'm so high up, I'm like almost running into the street line. Crazy. Out of my way, birds. So foggy. I already sold there. Adelina. Nope. Oh, but you're a salesperson, so you'll take it. Show me your wares. No, but you're the salesperson who normally... that's why I was like, wait, I don't remember that name. I think she's new. She is. No, where's Adelina? Okay, you know, I just need someone to sell me stuff. Ah. Yeah, I wish I could name it. I think... I haven't tried. I think they just get mad and they're just like, ah, what are you doing running over me? You know, kind of like when I push them, you know. Now what? Where are any of the salespeople? Oh, they're here. No, that's Edwin. I don't want Edwin. Oh, you're Adelina.
Hello.
You have a quest too? Sure. Oh, not that quest. Let me think about it first. I do not think I want to kill any
friend.
wolves. Yep, show me your
Whatever
wares.
you need, I've got it.
I need to sell you some shearing scissors. I know you do not need those. But I have them, and I want to sell them. Where are they at? Oh, they're iron shearing scissors, right? Yes. No, that's all her money. She couldn't buy very many of them.
So
Whoa.
long.
Okay. That's fine. I'll find someone else.
Or if somebody helped him to resign.
What are you doing all the way up here?
How can I help you?
Oh,
So long.
he actually could use some shears, but he's a barber.
Isn't it weird that only women believe what's
Okay. The dude I'm looking for is probably in. Oh, no, you're right here.
Hey, old friend.
Oh, friend, show me your
My
wares.
never disappoint.
Do you like some shearing scissors? Have I played Baldur's Gate 3? I think I mentioned it before, but I have, oh, but only a little bit. And honestly, I was like, always like waiting to like stream
Have a
it
nice day.
like during the summer,
how long?
because I felt like I would need like, you know, a big investment of time to actually play it. I played a little bit around the time it first came out, but not very much at all. Like for an hour or two's worth.
I'm experienced.
So, not much. But it was like okay. Maybe it's like better once I get more into it, but it was just kind of like, yeah, so. My preferred class is rogue, but like I said, I mean, well, I've never played D&D, but I have a character, and so like every time like I do something that is D&D like, I try, you know, I kind of really just honestly want to make, you know, my character that I've never been able to play with. But like I go for rogue, but also bard. And I think in Baldur's Gate I went bard, I think, because I think I like the clothes better. One thing that bugged me was the limited ability to have cute clothes. Like I want to look pretty, and the game was not letting me look pretty, which really ruined the roleplay experience. But But,
I need to drink something.
maybe I went rogue. I think I liked the rogue outfit better, which was rough. But I also wanted to play the instruments, and so I forget what I forget what I went with. But I usually want to be a rogue, with high performance stat, and a lot in charisma, mostly in performance, but potentially in other stuff, I guess. I don't know. But I mostly just have my one character I want to play D&D with
Penthouse at night.
that I've never gotten to play.
Take apart two foxes who tried to steal.
That's what I want. You know what? We'll wait and take a bath right before we go to. Right now, I want to. So I should have a lot more room in my inventory. Well, okay. I have a little bit more room in my inventory. I actually still have a lot of other things, iron stuff I'm still hanging on to that I need to sell, but Gustovia's too poor. Poor people. You know, if I just take all of this, that's not that much. A druid or wizard? Nah. Nah. See, I find that stuff kind of boring. Because it's like the difference between like who you are versus like who you want to be, right? And a lot of times like you don't want to be who you are because you're already busy being who you are, so I find who I am kind of boring. And I am more of a wizard. but I don't want to be. I mean, honestly, though, like, a bard makes a lot of sense because I do play a lot of instruments and stuff, and I dance ballet, and I've always been very, like, performative, with things, so, so it does kind of go check out. Rogue doesn't, but that's, like, who I want to be, right? More than, like, who I actually am. Like, because the rogues are, like, the coolest. You know? I like them the best, so that's why I want to be them, because I think they're cool. So I want to be them. Oh my gosh, I have so much honeycomb. I don't think I need to take it with me, though, but I think I can go... Ooh, what am I low on? On the beer bottles, maybe? Or no, mead. I'd be short on the mead. Well, how is that stuff coming along? I should look into this. Oh, I can make more mead. I have 9 mead bottles. Oat ale. I don't have much oat grain at all. Oh, but that's just it. I probably have more in the barn. Same thing with rye. Here, oat ale. I do have a lot of hops. Yeah, I need to move my rye grain from wherever it is to where I need it to be. Oh, right, I need to build a resource storage is what I need. Must be. I talked to a certain character at the beginning of the beginning of the game. Pass persuasion checks. You can play an instrument. Oh yeah. I was like going to do that. I'm thinking like kind of like a little before that still. That was the plan. I think that's what I was gonna do. Play a rogue and then like do that and play an instrument. I think. Because I think the girl rogue has like a little skirt, right? Kind of thing. And I think that's why I went with rogue. And usually I do like rogue is like main class, and then I kind of like dabble with bard. But actually, my D&D character I didn't get to use. She has like a whatever background it is, like she like a cleric background kind of. The religious background. And then she is like a rogue. And because like of her goddess, she's like a rogue. Because she ditched her old religious stuff and got like a new goddess, and so she has a rogue, and she's a rogue and but with performative elements because it's, I forget the name of the goddess, but she's like a goddess of like laughter and comedy and performance and things like that. So I just want to play as my D&D character. I mean, that's the thing, because I never played D&D. So like Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of like a like good for like the I want to roll dice. I also don't really like, I'm not a big fan of the characters in Baldur's Gate 3. So, you know, it kind of like is a little bit of a bummer. I feel like if I was really more into the characters, I'd be more into the game, but I'm not a big fan of the characters, so I'm like, meh. I don't know. They wouldn't be the characters like, you know, I would create if I were writing a story. But I'm so picky. I don't know. Sometimes things just hit and some things don't. What am I doing? Oh right, I made mead. Now I gotta put it in my storage. Oh, but I don't have room in my storage. We have to build storage 3. That's what we need to do. Okay, I have a little bit of room for the meat in here, and then my wife will sell it. Okay. We might as well wash off. Perfect. I was gonna take a bath anyway, and it told me I'm dirty. It's fine. It's always 30 out of 30. How is it not ever not 30 out of 30? When do we run out of water in the wash tub? Press X to doubt. No. Okay. Sleep next day. Up we get. Oh, finally, a beautiful sunny day. It's been so dreary. Been so dreary. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is even prettier than it was before. Okay. Oh, my people, and I could sit at my little table. I'm gonna stand at my table instead, because I get a first-person perspective this way. The birds flying, the dovecot, people walking. Lovely. Alright, right, we need to build a resource storage 3. We need to do it, and it needs to be built over here somewhere. Like, right around here. I know there's not going to be room, but I kind of... I just want an idea. The iron axe, like, takes 3 hits to cut down a tree, which is crazy. Oof. These trees are scary. Did I cut this one down? No. Okay. Hard to tell the way these trees are really falling down. Okay. I can use these logs in my resource storage 3, you see. I didn't really want the stick, but that's okay. Oh, did I get a maple seedling? That's nice. I can plant it somewhere, I guess. Oh, this tree is also... It's pretty. The trees also hate me. They told the Lorax that. No. No, the trees don't hate me. I mean, maybe they do. I did chop them down. But I need to build a resource storage. I hate chopping down the maple trees, though. It's so sad, because they're so pretty. You know, it's such a shame. Such a waste of pretty trees. Okay. Hmm. There we go. What was blocking the way? Oh, that tree over there. Maybe. No? Oh, no, it must have been the edge of the orchard here. Hey, look at my pretty orchard. So lovely. Oh, this house doesn't have any windows that look out on the orchard. That's a real shame. Oh, this house doesn't have many windows at all. I don't know what I was thinking when I built it. I think I was going to expand over this way, maybe. I don't know, actually. Who knows? Is this house, is this, like, resource storage pretty crooked? No, it's in line with the road. No, for some reason it seemed crooked. Alright. Oh. From a spruce tree. Well, I don't know when I cut down that spruce tree, but... Oh, right, earlier. I remember now. We need stones? What do you mean stones? Resource storage 3 has stones? Oh my god, that's so fancy. I didn't know I need stones. I should have a lot. Ooh, do I have stones? Actually, I don't know. Maybe? No, I'll take the limestone with me right now. Oh, I do have a lot of stones. Okay, but I do take the limestone. What do I need it for? Have I finished with that house? Oh, no, I have not worked on this house like at all. Okay. Okay, we're gonna add insulation over here. All right. Perfect. All right, now we need to go get stones. Alright, let's go. Put the stones over here. My place is so cute. Such a cute little town. I wish I built a house like here too. I didn't realize this was stone. Would I live here? I like the modern world. But it's pretty, you know, like... I think it's pretty, yeah. Like, if I were in the Middle Ages, I'd live here. I mean, if I lived in this valley, this is the best town in this valley. Just saying. Like, the only other place that I would possibly live... Was this stuff always here? Does it always have that much stuff on the walls? Is really nice. The only other place I would possibly live is, Hornica, maybe. Because it's, like, also kind of, like, wealthy. But it's, like, more compact, you know? This place, I'm a little bit more spaced out here. Because, you know, our buildings, we can't build as close together as the pre-built towns can, but now I'm gloating. No, I'm just advertising. I'm just advertising. 900 coins? Yes. 10 firewood. We don't have much firewood, but we don't really need a lot of firewood, so... Same diff. No, it's not. No. And it's not just me. Look at all my lovely townspeople. Look, there's my wife. We all make this place run. There's like almost 70 of us here. 70 if you include the unborn children. You have to gloat to sell. I don't know. I don't know if it's quite gloating. Only if it's like undeserved. This is so pretty looking out that window. The food shops need more again. Wait, what does my farming people need? They not finish planting stuff? Oh, they have no flaxseed. Uh oh. I need to go look into that. Out of flaxseed, that could be a problem. I feel like flax is important. No, I think I haven't really been using it that much recently, but still important. See, look at my town. Look at my wife. Doing a good job. And market stalls. Why are they dressed the same? You guys can't show up like this. You're dressed the same, the exact same. It's a little creepy looking. It's like you're in a cult. And you're not in a cult. Not my cult anyway. Okay. There's a little pond. Alright, what was I doing? Oh right, I was checking into the... I think I have some in the barn. Yeah, I do have some in the barn. I have a lot in the barn. Just not in the farming shed. Criticizing people's clothes. Well, you know, I'm their employer. And they showed up to work in funny looking outfits. They're not going to get any business. I mean, they also aren't selling anything, so... Still. Like, I didn't give them anything to sell, but you know, let's not. Okay, now they have enough. They have enough rye and joy. Oh right, I need more stones. I don't know that I need this many stones, actually. He could take it anyway. The farming people not used their flaxseed yet? I just gave you flaxseed. What do you mean, no resources, flaxseed? You definitely have flaxseed. Are they gonna realize that they have the resource they need soon, or... Like, no. New law, if you're wearing the same thing, it must change, so since... Yeah, well, I mean, they're my employees. Kind of. You know? It's just they're both standing next to each other like that. Okay, my farmers are back to work. Good. Oh, I definitely did not need this many stones. Oops. However, I think I'm gonna just drop them right here. So I want this. I'll pick them up later. Remember that I put them there. I'm gonna try and put a house like here. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Alright. Russian police. It's just, you know. I'm missing a log. I think it's in the tree somewhere. I can't see it. Oh well. Okay. I'm pretty sure I need to check on this one as well. I might have to cut down this tree. I have a feeling this might not be enough room for a house. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, here's the log. Okay. Yeah, trees in the way. Maybe both of them. We'll start with this one. Man, these iron tools last such a long time. Can I build it? Oh, please, I want to build it over top of this bush, please. Actually, I don't need to. I can just put the path right through. Oh, this house has a window on the side. So it'd be kind of rude if I blocked their window. I'm just gonna put it there. I reached city level development. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at that. We're city. It's a city now. It's not even a town. It's a city. Wow. I wonder if I can how do I do that again? If I can get a stop here on the guy who has the carriage. What about a township? No, we jump from town to city. They don't have townships. Start building skyscrapers. That's kind of what resource storage is. Resource storage 3. I don't have the stones for that. Oh wait, I do. Haha. Oh. Uh-oh. It's too heavy. Maybe I'll eat a pottage. Probably still too heavy. Stones. Okay. Actually, okay. I should have some logs. We'll put some logs in here. Yeah. I have the perfect number of logs. Well, not this needs logs up here too, but I have logs for this part and this part. Okay. In Italy, the only reason some towns have those towers is because it was a sign of wealth. Somehow that kind of makes sense. People like to do things just because they're a sign of wealth. Check this out. It checks out. I think I want the door right here, so it's like right opposite this door. I could even put another house right here. Actually, can I fit it around that tree? Or do I have to tear down the tree? What if I wanted another simple house right here? It's there for a second. Had it. Right there. That's Yeah, nice, yeah. Yeah, let's put it here. There's 2 houses. Wow. Okay. It was a fad, then it went out of style. For girl build a tower. I mean, I kind of have one. The bell tower down here. It's not big, but you know. See? It served no purpose other than to go ding 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 when people start and end work. Which, they, you know, they were going to work on their own without it, so it doesn't really do anything. It just goes ding ding ding. So, you know, kind of cool. Little neighborhood over here. Right, I need my stones now. I just like the ding. Oh, not really. I mean, I just kind of built it because it made my town feel more of a town. You know, other towns had it. Build another tower. 15 bell towers. I don't know that you can build more. I don't think I want to build more. I think we're good with our 1. I don't need to prove my wealth. I don't need to prove my wealth at all. Yeah, I think I like the front door right here of this house. Don't need to prove my wealth to you. No. Let's go here to here. There we go. Okay. I was like, how to make that be dirt. Okay. Hi, Hubert. Welcome. We need a big ding. I don't think it works like that. All right. Now what? Oh, I'm carrying all my stones. Let's see. 11 logs. That's perfect. Go over here. Build this. Oh wait, I have access to the logs from there. Wait a minute. No. I need to be smart and build this resource storage, because when I have the resource storage built, I'll be able to be within reach with those houses. Silly me. Oh, I don't need as many here as I thought. I think there's just 4 sections to the roof. No, 5. This is still no section. How many planks do I need? 12. 12. 12. 5 times... I need 60 planks. Okay. A lot of planks. But then I finished the resource storage. That'll be good. What am I... Oh, right. All my stones. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'll drop them back in the resource storage over here, because I'll be able to get them again later. So, that'll be fine. Yep. Got a math.
What shall I be doing in here, boss?
Got a math. Even in the Middle Ages, you have to math. Unfortunate. Let's see here. Now we have the stones I'm putting back in here. Gets me a lot more room for stuff. Do I have planks in here? Oh, I have a lot of planks. I need 60 planks. I can carry 60 planks. Alright, let's go. Ding ding, do you hear the ding? There it is. More back then than now, yeah. We don't have a calculator. Middle Ages. Honestly, one thing I do regret is, like, building on this hillside here
I'm not
because
superstitious, but I
it
am
means
superstitious.
that like in the evening, like I can't, like over there across the way, look, they still get sunlight over there. But here we don't because of the, you know, downturn of the hill. But I mean, I guess we get sunlight in the mornings that they probably don't get, so, you know, a give and take. It's a give and take, really. Well, we're getting thirsty. That's an issue.
I'm dying of thirst.
You'll survive, buddy. You'll survive. Hmm. Okay. 3, 2. Wait a minute. This is something they changed. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Never mind. I was like, why is the stuff on the walls, right? The stuff on the walls is always still there. It's the stuff on the floor that doesn't come in until you completely finish the building. Never mind.
I could really do with a drink.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Sure you could. This little section of roof needs the same amount of planks as all the other big sections of roof. A little silly, but whatever. Whatever. Yay. Fancy. Alright, now we have access.
I'm parched.
Too bad. Dying of thirst and just immediately died. He's not gonna die yet. Okay, hold on. We need to rework our walls here. Alright, this is gonna be a stone wall. This is gonna be a door. I don't think we need... I can do a wall. Yeah, this can be a window. That's fine. Unless we want this to be a window. Actually, I think we'll make this a window. This a wall. This a window. And this a window.
I'm thirsty.
Actually, no. This will also be a wall. This will be the window. Actually, window here? Or window here? Window here. Make sure they get all the good views. Alright, let's get him a drink. Actually, why am I going all the way to the well? It's way closer to drink right here. The water's actually really not very far away.
I need to drink something.
I don't hate pancakes. I like pancakes. I had pancakes for breakfast. On this very day. I like pancakes. I like a lot of breakfast foods. Yeah. No, I do. I do like pancakes. I like waffles too. The problem is, when people say pancakes and waffles, I usually go with pancakes. Like, I prefer pancakes to waffles. However, that's only because I'm thinking, like, Eggo waffles. You know? Like, if they're really good waffles, like, that aren't just, like, skinny, little, dry Eggo waffles, then, yeah, like, waffles are really good too. And honestly, like, Belgian waffles are better than pancakes, I think. But pancakes are definitely better than Eggo waffles, so. Make them like twice a week. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone should have pancakes. Although to be fair, the pancakes I had were microwavable pancakes. They were Eggo pancakes. But they make protein pancakes now. So they're like, oops, accidentally clicked out the window. So they're like more healthy for you. So you can eat them with joy. Or something. Man, building these houses when I have all of the resources I need and I'm within Reach of a resource storage is so easy peasy. Protein doesn't mean healthy, no, but it's a better calorie source than fats and carbs. Especially if you don't get a lot of protein from other ways, you know? Protein's a great choice. I could eat pancakes without the protein, or I could eat pancakes with the protein, and it'd be better to eat it with the protein. You put food coloring in them? I don't know, I've never done that. That sounds fun, though. I know I've seen a lot of other people do, like, pancake art and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, they're alright. They're not, like, the best pancakes, you know, but, like... They do. I mean, they're just microwavable. You just throw them in the microwave. 3 little pancakes, minute 5 seconds. Out pop, nice, warm. They're like a little dense. They're like on the little on the dense side more than like fluffy. But they're okay. Mystic pancake arts, yeah. I like the episode of the Grumps where they did pancake art. And they had like Jory under the table, I think. Like making the pancake art to look like video game characters, I think. You only make homemade pancakes. Yeah. These are microwave pancakes because ooh, that's not where I wanted that. I think we want a window here. No window here. Because I just don't have the time or patience for all the time for making pancakes the normal way. I'll put a window here. We don't need to look out at these fields. Honestly, it's just some fields. It's nothing that nice. Look, in here is nicer because we can see their like garden. But am I streaming tomorrow? No, probably not. It's Friday. Played Power World? I have. Good night, Lazy Paradox. I have played Power World, but it's been a while. Like, I don't know. I think as much as I hate it, like all the drama with like the Pokemon Company and stuff, like I feel like I should dislike Power World, you know, and I should be like, ooh, we don't like those guys. But like I don't like now you fight me later, yeah. Need people to fight me, keep me fresh. Got a server for it to play together. The server's so asshole. Yeah, I feel so much fun. Yeah. I played it when it first came out and stuff, and then people were like, oh, they just ripped off a Pokemon. But it's so frustrating because like most people are of the opinion that like Pokemon doesn't have like, even if they just ripped off a Pokemon, it's like as though Digimon doesn't exist, you know, like dude, it's not. And it's like we put them in balls, and it's like Pokemon has sat on that concept for a very long time now. Delete 20 hours of work. You're like, okay, I'm done. Delete 20 hours of work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, that is kind of frustrating. That's kind of like I feel like I'm nervous to play The Sims again because of all the glitches they have going on where they just like delete like save files get corrupted and stuff really easily, and it's like I don't know, I don't want to lose work, you know. But yeah, yeah, like all the losses and stuff, like again, we're not on the side of Pokemon in this, but for some reason it's like, yeah, but they made Pokemon mad, and you know, like I feel like I can't, you know, I have such goodwill towards Pokemon, even though I don't, like, because they suck a lot too. It's like Nintendo in general though, like, you know, it's like sometimes Nintendo really sucks, but then other times it's like, yeah, but like Nintendo's based, except for when they aren't, you know, and like you're just so used to being like, no, they're cool, they're good, and then when they aren't good, you're like, I'm confused. I'm so used to defending. Have you seen other games coming out because of it? Yeah, it's true. That is pretty good. You're gonna get the ones a lot like Power World. Yeah, I saw something coming out kind of like it. I don't know. I don't know. I like Power World. But also, like, I don't know. I wasn't that into it. I don't know. Other people got really into it when it first came out, and I was, like, just passingly into it, and then, like, everyone felt like they were, like, leagues ahead of me in the game. And then I was like, well, I don't know. Bye. I feel like, you know, in a very different place than everyone else and all the rest of the hype, and it just felt kind of weird, but no, it's not what I wanted. No, that's not what I want to call. I want this. I was like, what button do I need to press? Just being petty, like, no one can do better than Pokemon, we all know it. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. There's like, oh, Pokemon in balls, and it's like, come on, it's, dude, it's not like, you're not the only one with that concept. But, you know. Okay. Once it's light out, we also need to put a path in here. I guess I could put a path right now. A little risky to do it in the dark, but you know, I think I... Oh, it was the end of the season. I forgot it's the end of the season. Oh well, no worries. There wasn't anything I really needed to do. Event. Oh, lots of stuff happened. Okay. Oh my gosh, finally some goslings are being born. We didn't have any for the longest time. Okay, Malabad had a kid. Or no. The name, no, Milagost had a kid named Milobad. Don't we already have someone named Milobad? Or no, sorry, Milobad was from my other file. Right. Okay. And then these guys. Chwalislawa. I was just making fun of what she was wearing. She had a kid. Sedzi Woosh. Okay, that's a good name. Yeah, Milo is bad. We do have someone with the last name of Bad, who is a witch. So, and then Manfred got married to Dobrauka, and Toslawa and Norman are expecting. How exciting! And then we had two goslings born, a male and a female. Nice, even out, and then a female chick, which is good because I don't want to have to kill more roosters. Love a good witch. He's not a good witch. He's a bad witch. No other special events though. Just that stuff. Just kind of flowers. Lambert still has his quest. Laundry. Watch out, Lambert. I don't want to run you over, but look at all the flowers. So green and beautiful flowers. Flowers are blooming because it's summertime. Move out of the way, children. Look at my pretty little... Yes. We don't have any yellow here. I need to plant a yellow bush somewhere. Oh, I guess I have the yellow. So pretty. Ah, so pretty. These puffy things. What are they? I don't know what type they're. I guess they're kind of like hydrangeas a little bit, but not really. And these remind me of the yellow bushes we had back home. But yeah, I planted them all. And the hedges. Pretty. Alright. But that's where we're ending it for today. Don't want to stream for too long because I'm really busy doing a lot of stuff. I'm busy. Hard at work. Hard at work. Good game. Okay. Yeah, I've been well, like I said, I actually talked about this earlier today, but I was this afternoon I was working really hard on work stuff that honestly I probably shouldn't have been because like they don't pay me enough to go that above and beyond, and I need to like reframe that mindset and just like again really not give it as much weight as I do. Yeah, if they're not gonna like pay me enough, then I like why should I do more? You know, why should I do more? But and they already don't pay me right for what I do. uh but yeah, so I'm gonna try to like do more into like my other projects and stuff too. So working on writing, working on YouTube video, and working on like also catching like putting my VODs up on my other YouTube channel and stuff like that. But you know, that stuff. And making shorts and you know, stipple stream stuff, writing YouTube video, and trying to work on learning more game development. When I'm writing just a book. I don't really like to talk about what I'm writing before, you know, like because I don't want to like hype up the book and tell the story and then publish it and then be like, guys, read it, and you're like, oh yeah, that was the book that you talked about. I don't really care to read it because like you know I don't know, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm leaving. It's been like 2.5 hours, so not a very long stream, but it'll probably be kind of like shorter streams maybe for a while. I think, and I'm not sure if they'll like all be on time. So like the past couple of times I've been a little late, but either way you read the book. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't, especially because like things change, and you know I don't want to kind of like walk people through you know all the process beforehand. I kind of just want to you know ta-da with the finished product. Same thing with the YouTube video I'm working on. You know, don't want to spoil it. Ruins the fun. So I'm gonna you know just kind of work away on my stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to like really focus more on a lot of those other projects and stuff. And I think the trick is, and I've been working really hard not to, and it's been I think working out okay, I guess, because normally I'm like, oh, I want to get this done by the end of the day or by the end of the week, right? And I like give myself goals and a timeline, but a lot of times I like am very over ambitious and I like give myself too much to do, and I don't give myself enough time to do the things that I have planned. And then I get like either overwhelmed and a little burnt out or just like very frustrated with it because like I'm frustrated with myself because I'm not progressing at the pace I should, and it's like no fault of my own, just it just takes longer than I expect. Like I can't be like, okay, I want to have the book finished by the end of the week, finish writing it, and it's like I need more time than that. Like so yeah, so like I think I'm just gonna instead just kind of like dabble away. Like I have time, like I'm gonna go off the stream here, you know, give myself maybe half an hour and then sit down and try to write a little bit. And when I'm writing, like I'm not gonna be like, okay, I need to finish this many words in the next hour, or I need to get this many words done by the end of the day, or finish this chapter by the end of the day. Like I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna just sit down and write and, you know, just write. And for like, you know, what feels like enough time. Take a break when I need it. If I get too tired, then stop. And you know, and then otherwise just kind of like, you know, I have to like give myself some good faith, you know, and trust that like, Cell, are you gonna keep working on it? Yes, I am. You know, like, am I working responsibly? Yes, I am. And then I need to like stop overburdening myself, basically, I think, and just kind of be like, you know, chug away at it, take breaks when needed, and otherwise, you know, like good faith. Be like, yeah, I trust myself to work at it. So why am I giving me these deadlines that stress me out and that I can't even hit? Instead, I should just, you know, yeah, be like, I'm gonna work at it when I can, at the pace that I can, and you know, and enjoy it. And it does make it more enjoyable because instead I'm not writing to like hit a word count goal. You know, I'm writing to you need the stress, you do better work. See, a lot of times that's the case for me, but the problem is I'm the one that sets the goals and the deadlines. So if I, you know, can't hit the deadline, then I don't hit the deadline. And to be fair, it's like it's not stress by having the deadline. It's like if I say like I want to finish I want to write a novel between now and the end of the weekend. And it's like I can't do that. Like I can maybe if I work like, you know, 20 hours a day writing it. But that would not be good. And also it's really really hard for me to do that because if I did, like it's way too easy for me to be like, why am I doing this? You know, like I'd probably do it for like 2 days and like really give it my all, and then like by the time Saturday comes around and I'm worn out, then I'd be like, I'm just too tired. I'm like, do I have to finish it by the end of the weekend? No, because no one's making me do this but me. So what if I just say by the end of the week? You know, and then, and because then by that point I had burnt myself out, and then, you know, and then I like, I'm like, what if I just keep extending? You know, it's really hard, like when you set all your deadlines and then you overburden, but then I feel bad because I didn't hit my deadline, right? And I couldn't, I'm like, I can't keep going. And then I have to move my deadline. It's like I failed. And then, yeah, and it snowballs, and it just puts me in a bad mental state, basically, when my deadlines are too over ambitious. And the thing is, I don't plan to write like, or either when I make, the problem is like when I'm planning, I don't plan well. Because I'm like, I'm either like, oh, I can write 20 hours a day for only for 3 days. That's not so bad, you know, but then I don't realize how draining that will be, right? Like I didn't mean to put myself through that torment. And so that was where I misplanned, was, you know, I did realize that I didn't have the energy for that. Or I'm like, I won't have to write 20 hours a day, maybe just like 5 or 6. But then I'm like, ooh, wait, actually, I need a lot more time than 5 or 6 hours. And then I realize I like gave myself too little time, like, or I underestimated the task at hand, right? Either the energy it would take or the time it would take, basically. And you know, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this, I can work, but then, and I like don't understand that I need to take breaks throughout the day, and yeah, it doesn't work out well. It doesn't work out well. Sometimes it can, but a lot of times though, if it does work out well, it only works out well for a little bit of time until like I burn out. Um and I don't want to do that. We're trying to go for sustainability. So yeah, so I'm just for now gonna, and also like I'm too focused on, if I'm too focused on the goal, I kind of lose the fun aspect of it. So I'm, you know, and I kind of like my, I don't even like, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's like my brain isn't even questioning if it's fun. Like I'm not like, wow, actually I'm having a nice little time writing. Like my brain doesn't even have room to make that thought, you know, because it doesn't matter if I'm enjoying it. What matters is that I have a goal, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to achieve my goal. But if I don't put the goal down and I'm like, I want to tell this story, right? And then I'm like, okay, so I'm going to tell this story. Boy, telling this story sure is fun, because that's what my goal is to tell the story, not to hit a word count by a certain time, you know? And the same thing with other things. I haven't like kind of worked in the game development, learning game development stuff back into my schedule quite yet, but that'll, I think I needs to be the same. I need to just be like, I'm just going to dabble away at this rather than giving myself, you know, arbitrary deadlines and stuff. I need to just like dabble away, keep working, and because then I put way more hours in if I do it that way than if I give myself the deadlines, basically. So because again, when I give myself the deadlines, I'm not good at giving myself reasonable deadlines. They're very unreasonable deadlines, basically. If it were doable, then it'd be fine, but it's not reasonably doable. I'm just a little over ambitious sometimes when I do my scheduling. I'm like, yeah, I can do it if I just buckle down and work hard. But yeah, I don't know. I don't, and sometimes it can work, but I'm kind of realizing that maybe that's not the way to go, and I kind of don't think I want to do it that way. At least for this week, I've tried to just like back off, and just be like, I'm just gonna work. I'm not even gonna necessarily focus on like, because I feel like I spent a lot of time like researching for this YouTube video compared to writing the past couple days, but that's okay because I put in a lot of work, and at the end of the day, that's all I'm kind of care about. Like, can I feel good about the amount of work I put in today? Not how much did I get done, because a lot of times I'm like, do I feel either good or bad about my work that day, depending on how much I got done. And instead, I need to feel good or bad depending on how much work I put in, I think. Because a lot of it's slower going than it feels like it should be. And so I'm always disappointed when I look back and I'm like, how much work did I get done? And I'm like, ooh, not much. It's disappointing. But if I look back and I say, how much work did I put in today? And I'm like, oh, I put in 7 hours of working on stuff. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm satisfied. You know, then that's fine. So kind of just, you know, it just depends. And for now, I don't necessarily have anything immediate, like, goal-wise that needs to be done, so it doesn't even matter so much if I do one thing instead of another thing, you know, like, because I have no immediate, like, deadlines coming up. I do have some deadlines for some stuff, um, like, I'd really, really love to have, like, at least some little indie horror game by Halloween, if I can. And, I'd like to have my lore novel ideally out by the end of the year, because I would like to do a follow-a-thon at the, like, over, like, Christmas time. And if I do it over Christmas time, then I'd like to have, like, release the book around the same time, like the lore book, and I would just self-publish that. And then, another book that I like to kind of like pitch to agents and stuff, and that I'd probably like to have be pitching it around that time, but that one can wait. That's not really immediate. And I want my YouTube video I'm working on out in October. So like I have a couple deadlines, rough deadlines for when I want things by, but you know, I'm giving myself a lot of time for them too. A lot of times I like give myself really short deadlines for things, and I'm like, I want this done by the end of the month type of stuff. And instead I'm giving myself really long-term deadlines that I'm not used to giving. But that'll give me a lot more leeway to work with things, because the shorter deadlines aren't they're not really feasible. Like technically they are when you crunch the numbers, but then it's kind of like, you know, it's like, Cell, did you schedule time for, you know, you to water your plants? Did you consider that you might also, you know, um talk to your family a little bit? Did you consider that you might want to cook dinner? Did you consider that, you know, you might want to exercise a little bit? Did you consider taking a little break to read? Did you, you know, consider going grocery shopping? Did you think that maybe you need a little break, just to have a little break, you know? Like, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't budget that stuff in. Ooh. So yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go and work on stuff. And yeah, so like I may I mean I might be fine to stream on all the normal days the next couple weeks, but if there's a time where I decide like not to, like, don't be super surprised if I'm like, I don't think I'm going to stream today. Um you know, that might happen sometimes, but you know, it's whatever. Yeah. I just need little breaks sometimes. And maybe just to make sure like I'm not, you know, getting too overwhelmed, and then can work on other stuff if I need, depending on you know, what I feel like. If I feel like too tired or grumpy or something, you know, and like, and if I think my new rule is like, if I know I'm gonna start stream and I'm kind of like counting down until the end of, like, even before I start, and I know I'll be spending all stream kind of thinking like, ooh, how long before I can reasonably stop? I shouldn't stream. If that's the case, I shouldn't stream. And so, which is why I didn't stream like over the weekend, because I was like, I know the whole time I'm not feeling well enough, and I'm just gonna be like, when can I stop streaming? When's long enough to call it a day? And I'm like, if I'm gonna go into it with that attitude, it's one thing if you've been streaming for a while and then you're starting to get tired, but if I'm going into it with that attitude, like, that's not a good idea. So I'm like, nah, if I'm not feeling up for it, I'm not feeling up for it. I shouldn't have forced myself. And then yeah, and then also I might want to work on other stuff, or you know, so we'll see. And then also streams might not be exactly on time like they have. Like I was doing pretty good at like getting them closer to 5 o'clock, but then Pacific. But this past few days haven't been. The stream and my last stream were definitely like a little after 6. But you know, so the timing might not be exact. It'll be sometime in the evening on the days. And they might not be super long, but maybe they might even be earlier. I might start at 4 p.m. Pacific and maybe go till 10. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And we're getting a little loosey goosey with the streaming around here. This is the same rough general idea, time frame, but the exact specifics will be up to what I feel like, basically. So yeah, if I'm not in the mood, not force it. Yeah, and if I'm only in the mood for a little stream, we're only going to do a little stream. It'll be whatever. I kind of, especially just because, you know, coming back from summer and I've been like, you know, trying to get back into work stuff, and then also trying to make good healthy habits for, you know, all of my other projects and stuff that I do want to do, and I would like to be able to take more seriously. I just need to, you know, let myself, and I don't want to you know, I'm trying to find some balance, you know, good balance. So we're in flux here. We're in flux, finding some good balance, basically. But you know, I'll work it out. It'll work out. But especially for maybe the next month, even maybe even up until the end of September, because there are some other like work stuff sometimes that, you know, beginning of the year stuff, they have us do special meetings and things that they're like, let's all have a full staff meeting to talk about things and that, I don't know, that type of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, um, yeah. So I am going to go though, and I need to eat something. I think I forgot to eat dinner before stream, and then I was like, oh no, I forgot to eat, so I had a bagel real quick. But I'm like a tiny bit hungry. Maybe I'll make some cookies or something. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll be back on Saturday for spooky game. Probably Luto. Maybe finishing it. Who knows? Who knows? Probably that. It's a plan as of now. But I'll switch it up if I don't feel like it on the day. but yeah, back for spooky Saturday. Hopefully everyone has a good night and a good couple days. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. You can subscribe to my YouTube, and you can join the Discord. Are all available, and I'll be around in some of those places. And yeah, I'll be back on Saturday. Have a good night, guys. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.